Stay savage, your boy ShinoBeenTrill. What's poppin'? Today we are back with another video. This time we're about to talk about the boy Boruto with the Jogan Sage Mode. Oh shit, yeah, obviously. And we're gonna talk about the boy Mitsuki with his Sage Mode and the secret shit that Orochimaru put inside his body, obviously. So if you guys are excited about today's video, make sure you drop that like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. Honestly, I'm gonna say this is a topic that I wanted to talk about for a little while now, because like we've seen Mitsuki Sage Mode early on, basically when we got his little short story turned into an anime episode for the Boruto. And then, you know, we clearly gonna know that Boruto's gonna get some type of Sage Mode, or he's gonna get some type of power increase. Maybe it'll just be curse mark, not exactly like a Sage Mode, but I mean, still at a certain degree, his dad's a Sage. So I still think at some point he's gonna pick up a Sage Mode. A lot of people say, oh, he may not pick that up, you know, because he's being trained by Sasuke. You know, Sasuke isn't necessarily a Sage, but if you think about it, Orochimaru trains Sasuke, you know what I'm saying? And then Orochimaru had a Sage Mode, you know, so obviously Sasuke could have one later on down the line, or it could be something that he just never thought he needed to use. So if you're excited, like I say, hit that like, and with that being said, let's get it.
All of these people, they down to ride. Look in my eyes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Alright. So looking at Boruto, right? What we know about Boruto off the rip, we know Boruto is a pretty strong forward kid. You know, he's pretty observant, he's outgoing, he's always boisterous, and he's always positive. That's one thing I will honestly say that I like about Boruto. He's just like Naruto. He always tries to keep this happy, uppity demeanor. You know, I mean, he's not as ditzy as Naruto was, because if you look at Naruto and like the previous Naruto in the beginning, Naruto was very clumsy. He's pretty dim-witted. You see Boruto as an intellectual person that have all the other characteristics of Naruto. So it's a little bit different, you know. It's like this prodigy genius style kid who always is cheerful, always positive. Anybody he interacts with, you know, he puts a smile on their face, and he's always trying to do the right thing. There's never a moment where we see Boruto exactly do the wrong thing, because if you think about it, everything he's trying to do is basically prove himself to his family, prove himself to his friends, as well as other members of the village. So one thing we know for certain, that we're going to see Boruto excel in a lot of aspects in terms of connecting with people. The reason why I speak on this so heavily in terms of Boruto connecting with so many different people is due to the fact that his dad is Naruto. Now, if you guys know what I mean by that, Naruto has been essentially that person that has thrived off of connections. If you guys look throughout the whole entire franchise of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, you see Naruto get a lot of power-ups due to his ties with people. You know, you see the people pushing him up the water when he's fighting against Sasuke. You see people reaching out to him in his dreams to grab his hand. Same thing with him and Obito. You saw how Obito connected in the realm. He hit him with the Talk no Jutsu. They connect on a spiritual bond. It's more than just a physical fighting thing. You see Naruto basically connect with people's souls, essentially. And that's something we're going to see with Boruto. Now, the reason why I'm saying this may tie into his fight with Mitsuki, he may find a connection with Kawaki, he may find a connection with somebody that he meets, maybe if he joins the Kara, maybe he finds a connection with somebody that's so in depth that when he gets ready to fight, you know, he feels as though this is the true reason why he needs to, and that's going to be giving him his driven force. Now, with me saying that, I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to be the driven force that allows him to beat Mitsuki, because like we said, Mitsuki is pretty strong. If you guys look at Mitsuki, you know, he's a synthetic human. He was created by Orochimaru in a lab. You know, he's been trained to and be immune to all types of fucking poison. You know, this man came out of nowhere with wind style. This man came out of nowhere with lightning style. You know that he has medical ninjutsu. He can summon snakes. Like, this man Mitsuki has a lot of shit going on. And on top of that, when you see him go into his Sage Mode, when he's fighting against Log, and you know, basically get that little short story of him and Orochimaru, you see him have ethereal snakes around him. It's not like a physical snake. These are like spiritual being type snakes. Like, this man is on some fucking My Little Pony super ultra mega unicorn type shit. Like, this man got a horn. Like, this man like a Pokemon. This man about to use horn attack. Who knows? He might be able to pull that bitch out and turn that bitch into a sword. Like, he dead ass transforms into like another being, you know. And then if you look at his demeanor, I feel like that ethereal snakes, if you even touch it, even if the chakra emanates off of him, it'll burn you up. Almost all some ultra instinct type shit. I'm not necessarily saying it's ultra instinct. I'm definitely saying it's his own thing, and it definitely has like this type of resonance in terms of power coming out of his body. Now, that's one thing we also saw with Naruto. Like, the chakra and the power that he was emanating from the Nine Tails was so strong that it tore up his flesh. That could be the same thing with Mitsuki, but the thing is Mitsuki is a synthetic human. His body was basically created to endure all that type of stuff and withstand all that type of stuff. So Mitsuki ain't really got to worry about that shit until maybe later on in the future, when he goes on a complete rampage. Now, one thing for Boruto that we see, we get him getting a special carousel, right? Now, if you guys read the manga, obviously you know at some point when Boruto activates this carousel, not intentionally, it's just kind of random, sporadic, he loses control. It actually hurts him. You know, it's one of those things where it was like, oh my god, what is this? My chakra, my power, but like he didn't know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was active, but if he knew how to use it to the maximum potential, then it could have been something that he could have dealt with like very well. Like, you know, he could have handled the situation off top, because even the man who was like, oh my god, you remember that organization, wait, like calm down, hold up, bro. But then when he realized Boruto didn't know anything about it, he tried to hurry up and take advantage of the situation because he knew Boruto would be a problem later on for him in the future. Now let's skip ahead, right, to the most important factors, right? You know, obviously, I don't necessarily have an idea of who would win, because right now, in my mindset, I have Mitsuki. Like, that's just how I am, right? So, we see Mitsuki already being badass. He's a lot more badass than Boruto, but there's still factors that have to go into it. You know, when we first see Naruto and Sasuke, we knew Sasuke was stronger than Naruto. You know, obviously Naruto had the 9 tails inside of him. Eventually, we saw Naruto start to close that gap, and you know, we start to see him learn new jutsus in order to keep up with Sasuke and basically keep catching up and basically closing that gap to the point where they became equals, aka becoming rivals. You know, so clearly there's a gap between Mitsuki and Boruto right now. I know a lot of people are like, well, wouldn't the gap and wouldn't the rivalry be between Sarada and Boruto? Not necessarily, because if you guys look at the anime and you look at how Boruto directs himself towards Sasuke as well as Sakura, he calls Sakura his aunt and he calls Sasuke his uncle. So in a way, you know, he looks at them as if they're his family already. So may or may not make them have a relationship with him and Sarada. That may play on that, or it may not, because if you look at somebody as if they're your family, then that means he's looking at Sarada as if she's his cousin, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But we see Boruto call everybody his family at some point or another. We see him calling Konohamaru his big brother when he's clearly just a friend of the family, the student of Naruto. We see him call his auntie his big sister, which is his auntie, which he's calling her big sister. Clearly, it's weird. So my point with saying all that is, you know, in a way, Sarada is not necessarily Boruto's rival, but more so his companion and his support system, if that makes sense. Mitsuki will be that friend that if anything will go wrong with Boruto, he'll be the one to aid him. Hence him being the moon, you know, Boruto being the sun. Like, Naruto was Sasuke's son, and, you know, Sasuke was the moon. Essentially, Naruto went out the way to help him. So Mitsuki's going to be that person to go out their way to help Boruto, because if you guys look at it, look at the manga or look at the anime, a lot of times when Boruto makes up his mind, the person that comes in and sway his mind is actually Mitsuki. It's not Sarada. Like, Sarada will say something, you know, he'll ponder on it, but she's never that deciding factor. So let's say, you know, he does go rogue. Let's say, you know, Boruto Shippuden takes place. Let's say he gets all these powers up from Sasuke. You know, he learns how to use his curse mark, his seal from Momoshiki, maximum potential. Let's say, you know, he learns all these different techniques from Sasuke. You know what I'm saying? You already seen him use basically a variation of the thunderclap. We see him using a lot of shit that Sasuke teaches him in the manga, you know, and that's something else I'm gonna make a video about, but I'm not gonna go into detail because I know I still my topic. But literally, you know, we see him basically powering up, we see him juicing up, you know, and obviously Mitsuki is gonna go through the same thing. So let's just think about it. Who would honestly win if both of these ninjas put their honest hard work, all their training into one major fight? Because like Mitsuki's got trained by Orochimaru, I feel as though when the Boruto Shippuden stuff is going to take place, obviously there's going to be a point of time when Mitsuki is recalled back to Orochimaru, and a lot of people in the village know that, you know, Mitsuki is Orochimaru's son. You know what I'm saying? Like Naruto, a lot of the higher ups like Shino Sensei and all of them, a lot of people know who Mitsuki is. They know where he is. So if Orochimaru say, hey, I need him back for a while, you know, he's gone for 6 months, he's gone for a year, maybe he's gonna go through some rigorous training with Orochimaru is gonna basically amplify him 10 times stronger than what he was. On top of, there's a bunch of variations of Mitsuki already, and he can take all that data and compile that into that one Mitsuki. That way it makes him completely stronger than he is. So he has master control of his Sage Mode, because if you guys remember, Log noted that he didn't use his Sage Mode right at the rip because Mitsuki didn't remember how. I think that was one of the things that Orochimaru wanted to take away from him. He wanted him to basically figure out how to do it on his own and not necessarily just do it at a whim, you know what I'm saying? Basically have to figure out and understand his powers a little bit more, because if not, then Mitsuki would just be OP as fuck all the time, like 24/7. So watching these two stack up and to be like the ultimate tier ninjas, like who do you honestly think would win? Like for real, Mitsuki or Boruto? Because like we say, we know Boruto as the fucking star of hope. You know, he's supposed to be the person that basically purifies the land and saves everybody from quote unquote this dark thing, which I call the star of destruction, because if there's a star of hope, there's a star of destruction. If you see Toneri, you see Toneri looking at 2 stars. There wasn't just one, you know what I'm saying? There was 2 stars flickering. It was on some Kingdom Hearts shit. You know how you saw the 3 stars make a triangle? We saw 2 stars next to each other. One was referred to as the star of hope. So what was the other one? Star Destruction, Evil Star, something like that. You know, I just assuming at this point in time, eventually it's gonna come apparent. It's gonna be clearer to us in the future. But honestly, who would you honestly think will win if they use maximum potential Sage mode? You know, through all their rigorous training and all that shit. Who would you feel as though will be stronger? Like right now in this current time, I would honestly say Mitsuki is stronger than Boruto off the rip. I know a lot of people may be like, oh no, you know what, Boruto can do this, Boruto is witty, Boruto that. And right now, son, Boruto cannot beat Mitsuki. Like Mitsuki usually plays the backup assist role, but that's due to Mitsuki not knowing the maximum of his potential. Like he can't access his Sage mode off of a whim like he did before, but he only accessed it last time when he was enraged and his emotions were basically running high. So one thing's for certain, we're gonna see Mitsuki be able to control that eventually. Shit's about to be really nuts. So let me know your personal thoughts and your personal opinions. Let me know how you feel about what's gonna transpire in the future of Boruto. Let me know if you would be excited to see this fight and stuff like that. If you guys have any anime topics that you guys would like to recommend, leave those in the comment section below. A lot of people recommend shit. This was one of them. You know, I usually try to go off of topics that you guys recommend or topics that I just want to discuss generally myself. Like I said, you know, future videos, I'm gonna be doing a lot more anime reviews. If you guys have not caught up with the anime reviews, I dropped the Boku no Hero season a 3 episode 1 review, as well as the Persona 5 the animation anime review over on the channel. So if you guys missed out on those, make sure you go check those out in our previous videos tabs. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Enjoy your Sunday. So stay true and stay real, and make sure you have a blessed day, because if you don't, I'm gonna be upset, because I'm gonna be sad. But just do it. Like, be happy, be happy, be happy. Arigatou senpai for watching the video.